Welcome to today's training, your 2025 digital marketing program, the Tree Service Growth Blueprint. And this is a spinoff of the one we did in December for your 2025 digital marketing plan as well. So similar, but a couple of extra things that we've actually been testing and gotten involved with since then. So just wanted to make sure we updated that. I put my phone on Do Not Disturb, or else it'll definitely ring here in just a few minutes. I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I'll go ahead and share my slides and we can get right into it. This is going to be a comprehensive marketing program overview, kind of a multi-channel marketing program where you don't just show up in one or two places, but it allows you to show everywhere, right? So anywhere anybody is that's a potential customer or a customer, if they're searching, they're on social media, they're checking their email, their text messages, they're going to see your tree service business. And that's really ultimately how you grow your business, is by branding, marketing, and just continuing to do the same thing, rinsing and repeating over and over again. So let me share my slides. And if you don't mind, just letting me know in the chat box or the question and answer box that you can see my slides once I do share them. And that way I know you guys can see them. Actually, Zoom has a nice little handy snippet where I can see where I'm sharing now. So hopefully you can see this. If you cannot see these slides, would you please just send a quick little chat or a question and answer and just let me know you can't see the slides. We'll get right into the slides here. This is the Tree Service Growth Blueprint, your 2025 digital marketing strategy. And I'll just preface this by saying, like, this is best for established tree service companies who actually have a marketing budget. You've been in business for a while. You just really want to accelerate your growth and really get better results from like your customer base, because you've maybe built that up to several thousand over the years, or just served a lot of people in the local community, and you have a good name, good reputation, but you just want to get more, right? You really want to amplify your business and get more business coming in. So that's what this is going to help you with today. And just plan for the session. Like, what we're going to do today, we're going to go through goals, setting goals for 2025, how many leads that you need to hit your target, based on your close rate, the 3 fundamentals to marketing success. I'm going to go through how to optimize your website for website conversion in 2025 and beyond. The big picture of all the online marketing channels you should be tapping into to really maximize your lead flow, and the latest trends that you need to focus on in 2025. We're going to develop a custom action plan where you can write down notes and things like that based on where you are today and what you need to do now to get to your destination and the place you want to go with your business. So if you turn off your cell phone and turn off Facebook and the distractions, I promise you're going to get way more out of this training. These are things that we just learn in the trenches by doing this every single day with around 100 clients across the United States with our team. And so you may be asking, if this is the first time you've seen any of our stuff, appreciate you being here, but you may be asking, like, who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I've been in the internet marketing space for over 12 years now, just various digital marketing. We had a general agency before pivoting about 6 years ago to just tree service. I'm the author of How to Win with Internet Marketing for Tree Service Contractors. And that's the first book. We've actually got a second book that should be completed in the next few weeks. So we're going to be putting that out as well. If you want a copy of that, it's going to be the Accelerated Growth Program for tree service companies. We also specialize in tree service and arborist digital marketing to really help grow your business, expert web development, and marketing team. And we've worked with well over 100 plus tree service companies across the United States, and we know what works to increase visibility and grow your overall business. We've worked with hundreds of tree service contractors across the United States. A few of our logos here, current customers we're working with, and we appreciate their business and everything that we do and they do for us. So this is what we do all day, every day, right? This is our website. You can get more information there at treeservicedigital.com if you haven't been there. We've got lots of free training on the website. Download the marketing checklist, get the free book. There's a form there for all that. It's a really good resource, good blog there. We keep active. So again, we'll get right into the Tree Service Growth Blueprint, your 2025 digital marketing strategy as a whole. So first, let's go ahead and set clear goals for this year. It's already February now, tomorrow. So we're in the second month of the year. Let's set clear goals for the remaining 11 months. So what are your goals for 2025? As Brian Tracy said, and probably others have said, success is goals. All else is just commentary, right? You can talk about things on the weekends while sipping on favorite beverages, things like that with your friends and family. But, if you really want to get to where you want to go, you got to set those goals and really kind of just bite off little chunks to get there, right? It's a step-by-step process. And this is kind of like what it looks like if you don't really have any goals, right? Just picture a sailboat out in the middle of a very calm sea, and there's no wind pushing it in any direction. It just kind of floats and ends up wherever it ends up. You don't want your business to necessarily be that way, right? If you want a successful business and you want to make sure you continue to grow, you've got to have goals and you got to have kind of a roadmap to get there. And so, clear goals for your business equals wind in your sails, right? So unlike the former image where you're just sitting out there meandering wherever you go, floating around, if you have clear goals, it'll kind of push you in that direction in which you want to go and help you get there. So what is your current snapshot in your business, right? What is your average monthly revenue for your company? And it's going to vary probably 9 months, 10 months out of the year, you're probably pretty steady. And then you probably have a 3 month where it's a little bit different during the wintertime, such as right now, which is why this is such a great time to be kind of putting together a game plan for your year. Typical number of jobs you run per month. Do you have kind of a rough estimate of that? Other key metrics are, your average ticket, your average invoice, your average conversion in the field. So if you go on 100 appointments, are you, getting or 100 estimates, 100 appointments, are you getting 60 of those? Are you getting half of those 50? Or are you only getting 30%? And then, the number of crews. How many crews you have right now? And what's your long-term vision, of annual revenue? What do you want to achieve this year, next year, in the next 5 years? Number of crews, and why is that important to you, right? Why would that be something that's important to you? So, what is your goal for 2025? Write that down if you want, and just kind of have a vision. It's always nice to see if you write down goals and a vision to continue to look at it every day. It'll keep reminding you that you've got to work towards that each and every day. And again, it's just small things. Consistency adds up to big goals over the quarters and months and years as you continue to go. How many leads will you need monthly to get to where you want to go, revenue wise, crew wise, all that good stuff? So there was a Harvard study back in 1979 of grads from Harvard, and 84% that graduated literally just had no goals. 13% had goals, but they weren't written down. They were just stored somewhere up in their brain. They may or may not revisit that very often. And then 3% had clear written goals and plans to accomplish those goals. Well, the results were, definitely eye-opening. So the 13% of the class who had goals were earning on average twice as much as the 84% who had no goals at all. The old saying is, you're not really gonna, if you don't know where you're going, you're probably not going to get there, right? And even more staggering, the 3% who had clear written goals were earning on average 10 times as much as the other 97% of people put together. So it just goes to show you the power of like writing down your goals and revisiting those goals. So here's what we're going to get into now, your marketing strategy. After you make sure you write those goals, and if we'll get right into the marketing strategy. If you have any questions as we continue through these slides, feel free to post a comment in the chat box or ask a question in the question and answer box, and I'll be happy to answer those for you as I take breaks along the way. So don't be bashful, don't be shy. If you have a question, a specific question, that's fine. We probably already heard it and seen it, and it'll probably help other people. So moving along, this is the accelerated growth model. And with the accelerated growth model, it just kind of shows you like everything that you can be doing with your tree service business and how to kind of ramp up. So number one is going to be, attract more customers, right? Offline marketing, such as signs, direct mail, flyers, door knocking, whatever that looks like. Paid advertising, right? Attracting more customers with paid advertising and attracting more customers with online search, website, Google Maps, things like that. Then you want to convert these people once you attract them. And what's going to help you do that is if you have a good website that's got good, clear, calls to action for them to give you a call, social media for social proof and just kind of personality of your business. And then follow up, right? Convert people by following up several times after the first touch point. And then number three is maximize each one of the leads that you get. So you can automate some text message follow-ups, email follow-ups to your customer database, review, repeat, and refer. So then you need to get reviews from your customers. And then they'll also repeat. We've got a really good tool for this. When they leave you a review, it also asks for a referral, things like that. And then tracking, right? Track what's working and what's not working. That's how you maximize the lifetime customer value of these leads that come in. So it's really the accelerated growth roadmap. And we're going to go really deep into this with the new book that I've got. It's almost completed, called the Accelerated Growth Program for Tree Service Companies. And so this is 9 clear steps to triple your sales by getting your internet marketing right. So again, the first section is going to be drive the leads, get the leads coming in and attract them. The second part of this is maximizing conversion, right? Maximizing what you are getting, converting those people into paying customers. And then the third part is optimize results. The total spend, if you know that one thing's working really well, let's pour more gas on that and increase it, right? If something's not working well, let's reduce it or eliminate it altogether. So you want to know your average cost per lead and your return on investment based on how much you're putting in and how much you're getting back in revenue for your business. So those are the things that you want to track. So the strategy coming up is, where do you need to focus the most? This is what we call the digital dominance method right here. And it's pretty much what we go through with each one of our prospective clients. If we're talking to people who want to really plug in and put a marketing plan in place for their business, this is just a good visual to kind of show you everything that you can be doing to get the best results in your local area. So number one is your website, Google reviews, reputation, content on your website, calls to action on your website, because everybody's going to end up on your website at some point, which is why it's your foundation. Number two are paid ads, Google local service ads, Nextdoor ads, Bing ads, things like that. Number three is retargeting. So just continually branding your business over and over to people who have visited your website or engaged with your social media pages. Number four, paid online directories. So some of the things you can do with third-party online directories like Yelp and Angie, Thumbtack, things like that. Get different lead sources coming in from those. Number five, repeat and referral business. You can do that through a CRM, or we do that for our clients as well. Number six, pay per lead. There's pay per lead services out there. I'm sure you've seen several of them in the tree service industry and other different home service trades. Social media advertising. So you can also run ads on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, things like that. Referral programs. You can also incentivize your customers to give you referrals as you go do work, right? Or send emails out reminding them, hey, any referral that you send us over here at XYZ Tree Service, we'll give you a $100 gift card to Amazon or tickets to the baseball game, football game, basketball game, soccer game coming up if they do $1,000 in tree work or more, or $1,500 in tree work or more. So just a good incentive. Some people are motivated by that type of thing. And then number nine, last but not least, direct mail, right? This is a good way to target zip codes and neighborhoods that you want to do more work in. So just kind of shows you the whole strategy, everything that you can be doing to get the best results. So the first part is the website, right? Everybody's going to end up there. And it's kind of like you need to treat this as like somebody walking into your store if you have a storefront. Does it show your trucks, your branded trucks, your branded shirts, your logo, your reviews, everything on there that is going to help this visitor make the decision to give you a call? And that's very, very, very important, because you want to make sure you convert the most amount of people that see this website. So, request a free estimate, Here's a phone number, right? Want to make sure everybody knows that they can give you a call really quickly or get an estimate by filling the form out. So this is your website in the middle. People are going to come in from all over the place, right? Some people are doing radio ads, newsletters, YouTube, billboards, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. They're going to come in from one of these different areas they see you on or whatever. So you got to make sure that your website's good. It's very professional. Why is conversion on your website so important? Well, let's look at this really quick. Just a quick math thing. Let's say you get 100 leads and you only convert 30% of those leads, and your average invoice is $1,150. Well, 30 jobs times 1150 is $34,500 in revenue. Well, if your close ratio and conversion rate was over double that, and you closed 70% out of the 100 leads and you had 70 book jobs, same average ticket, 1150, you're going to generate $80,500 on those 70 jobs. So over double, right? So a good website, good personality on the website, branding, things like that are really going to help you increase your revenue and sales with the same amount of leads that you're already getting. And we see this all the time when the program is up and running and in place. Lead flow definitely increases. How do we optimize for conversion? You might ask, like, what do we do on our website to do that? Well, we got 12 critical elements to enhance conversion on your website. So number one, speak to your target customer. What are their fears and frustrations? Why should they choose you, right? Be real. Use authentic images and videos of your team and everything else. Use video and multimedia elements to engage, different people's personalities, right? Website welcome videos for each one of your services. Explain why someone should contact you versus the competition. Leverage social proof on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, places like that. Get the basics in order. So phone number in the top right of the website. You probably saw that on the last website there. Ensure that there's a web form customers can fill out and get in touch with you pretty quickly instead of having to give you a call. Maybe a chat widget on the website. Those are working well too. Add credibility with authority symbols like BBB, Angie, different things like that, TCIA, stuff like that, if you're members of those associations. And just, have clear calls to action on each page. Use special offers and coupons if you have those. And make sure your website is mobile optimized with an easy click to call function. Leverage live chat and start giving clients the option to book online without your involvement, right? Just book an appointment. Site speed matters too. You don't want a slow loading website. People will just bounce right back off that and go to the competition. You don't want to do that. And engage via SMS marketing and phone via marketing automation. Most people read their text messages, but your emails are not going to get read as often. So again, another highly converting website, client website here, request a free estimate, picture of some equipment they have, logo, phone number top right, request an estimate here. Just want to make sure it looks good. Be real and authentic. This is an example of that. Having your team and certifications, pictures of your crew, your guys, leverage video. So if you got like some sort of like TV commercial you've done, or if you've done like the news or have a press release about something you've done, that's awesome. That's just further proof that they should be giving your tree company a call. People want to do business with companies like that. And then also showcase social proof. So have a page on your website for testimonials and reviews where people can literally just go and just look at dozens and dozens of 5-star reviews. That's going to make them feel warm and fuzzy, and it's going to keep them on your website longer reading those, which is going to show Google that you've got good content on your website, which is going to help your website rank further too. But get the fundamentals right. Again, top right corner, you want to make sure the website's mobile friendly, where if you reduce the size of the screen, it just looks good on mobile device as well. Most web builders are today, but there's still some, we see them all the time. They still don't look good on mobile, not loading correctly, things like that. So 3 out of 5 consumers are going to search for local businesses on their smartphone nowadays. So you got to make sure your website's really concentrated on mobile search. And Google reports that 40% of mobile consumers turn to a competitor's website after a bad mobile web experience. So you don't want that for sure. So again, is your website optimized for conversion? Some of the same things we went over just a minute ago. Do you have the phone number in the top right where it's highly visible, click to call button, things like that? Using authentic images, videos, calls to action. You've given them the option to do text messaging with your office, chat. Is it mobile friendly, right? Most traffic today on websites are going to be on a mobile device. Got to make sure it's good. Is your website fast loading on desktop and mobile? So what are your takeaways, right? What did you learn? What did you notice? Are there things that you need to implement with your website right now, right before the busy season gets here, right around the corner, a month or two away, depending on your market and your climate? So it's right around the corner. Are there anything, just write it down if there's something you want to make sure you don't forget that you need to take care of. The next thing is does your website come up in search, right? So if you search for your business name in your area, do you see your Google map listing? Like, is it correctly set up? Do you see your website? If you don't, then people aren't going to be able to find you as much as you want them to, even when they search your business name. So make sure you can see your website here in the search results. Make sure you can see your Google map listing. And it could just be rewording the name of your business or getting some more reviews on there, which basically are the biggest thing you can do for your Google map listing. Google business profile is getting reviews and having a proactive strategy for that. But just make sure you're showing up, your Facebook page, your website, your Google business profile, things like that are showing up all the time. You may be asking, with all the paid ad platforms and all the lead services out there, does SEO still matter? That's search engine optimization. This is the non-paid ads section on Google search. So when you do a search, below the first results are going to be the local service ads, which we'll show you in a minute, and then the Google pay-per-click ads after that. Then you're going to see the organic SEO results. So the Google Maps, and then underneath that, the websites. Well, our data and a lot of different search engine companies out there and just amongst the industry, 65% of the clicks are still on the organic section, right? So 2/3, half to 2/3 are still going to be clicking on the Google Maps because they feel like it's a local company, and then also on the website results below that. So you definitely want to be there, right? 67% of the first 5 listings got to be there. It's a big game changer for your business. That could be the difference between 10 calls a month and 100 calls a month for sure. We see it all the time. So yes, SEO, Google Maps still matter, and you don't want to just rely on paid ads alone, right? So make sure your website's good user experience, multimedia, pages for each one of your services. And a lot of these things that I'm referencing here have an indirect positive influence on your website ranking, because the more of these things you have on your website, the more chances and the higher percentage chance your website's going to rank on the top of that first page and become more visible. Because when people are on your website and they can watch a video, they're going to be on your website longer. If people are on your website and they can read 30 testimonials on there, they're going to be on your website longer. So a lot of these things help your website rank better, in addition to just making it look better and convert better, right? So that's just a very big thing, all these things that we've been going through. So more of those here. And, a lot of times, most of the time, actually, once your website is ranked and on the first page there and your Google Map listing as well, it's generally the lowest cost per lead you can possibly get, because you're not paying for each one of those clicks or calls or web forms being filled out. You're just showing up 24/7 on the top of the first page of Google search in your market, which is basically a digital billboard on a very, very high traffic highway on the internet. So you're just going to be seen every day, all day. This increases your branding, your memorability, people seeing you over and over and over again. So a lot of times the cost per lead is just so much less than other mediums, right? So let's say you're spending $1,600 a month just on SEO, right? But you got 89 leads that month for SEO just because you show up on the Google Maps and you show up really high with your website right below the maps. That's $17.97 per lead, $18 a lead, right? You're not going to get that on pay-per-click. Pay-per-click still converts because those are motivated callers, but your cost per lead is going to be generally higher than that. So having a website that shows up high is going to be pretty much, I would say, superior to paid ads, because you're going to get more leads for less expense, and they convert better because Google is showing you at the very top without having a paid ad. Paid ads work as well, but this is also a very, very good place to be with organic and SEO. So search engine optimization is very, very important still. So a live example, let's say you do a search for tree service your market and you're number one in the Google Maps. Do you see how like most people's eyeballs when they're on search are going to just gravitate to that first company because, hey, they need an estimate for tree service work. They want to remove some trees, trim some trees, prune some trees, do some land clearing, whatever the case may be. They want to just make a couple of calls, be done with it, have some appointments scheduled, they're done, right? So if you're at the top, you're just going to get the benefit of the doubt to get that call, right? It doesn't necessarily mean any of these tree companies are better than the other, but the ones that have the most reviews, the highest rating, and optimize the most for SEO and things like that, you're just going to get more calls, right? Being number one, and let's say you're number 4, number 5 in the maps, you don't even show right away. Somebody would have to click more businesses to drill down into the Google Maps to find more businesses before they would see yours. So if you're down in there, you may get 10 to 15 calls a month, but being up here, you might get 90. I mean, we see it all the time. Like you're just going to get those clicks and those calls. So if you have any questions about Google Maps or anything like that, just ask below with a comment in the question and answer box or a chat. This is what we see. It's very powerful being number 1, number 2, number 3 in the Google Maps. You're just going to get a ton more calls. So is your website properly optimized? We're still on the organic SEO side of things for your website. And this is just a big deal because what's written on the pages of your website is going to heavily influence where your Google Map ranks as well. So Google kind of associates what's written on your website with where they're going to show your Google Map for certain keywords too, and search terms people are typing in. So the title of each page needs to be correct for SEO. Your first paragraph header with the first set of content needs the keyword. So tree service your city, tree removal your city, things like that. Those are keywords. H2 header, H3 header, same thing. Geotagged images. So unique images on each one of the pages is also very, very beneficial. And you want, usually about 800, 1,000 words of content on each page for superior authority. Like you want to make sure like your pages have the most written content, images, and things like that. So people read it, stay on there longer, and Google's going to reward you with a better ranking on that page. And then off the website, so additional things you can do. So there's on-page SEO you can do, which is writing words on your website. And then there's off-page SEO, which is basically having other websites link to your website, which is called a backlink, a link back to your website. So claim and optimize your Google business profile first. Make sure you got that live. Most people do. If you're just getting started, you may need to do that. Get lots of citations across the web. So get your business listed in all those online directories. Makes a big difference. Build up online reviews, leveraging best-in-class tools like Nice Job, Bird Eye, Review Buzz, Customer Lobby. There's a lot of different ones you can use. Build authoritative links back to your website from other websites. So that's one of the harder parts, really, is finding other websites that'll actually clickable link coming back over to you. So on somebody else's website, for the best tree service in Houston, Texas, click here. And that link clicks back over to your website. So when you click it, it goes to your website. So Google sees that as like a authority position because another website's mentioning your business and your website. So you want backlinks to your website. And then you want to strategically syndicate your content. So maybe you want to share these on social media and different places like that. And so are you building links, right? It's one of the hardest things in SEO, search engine optimization, to do is get those backlinks to your website. And the website that's been online the longest and has the best quality backlinks generally wins in online marketing. So again, on page, make sure everything's optimized on each page. Google Business Profile, make sure you claim and optimize your map and get listed in all the directories that make sense. And these are directories like Yelp, Angie, Super Pages, Hot Pages. There's hundreds of them to get listed in there. And there's services that will do that. Ongoing content. So you want to make sure you're updating blog articles with tips and tricks on tree care, case studies of your jobs, different things like that are going to really help build the content on your website and get better results. And then you want to leverage signals, right? So get backlinks to your website from other people's websites. Very, very powerful stuff. So is your website optimized for search engine rankings with all of the things that we've talked about up until this point? This is another little breakdown of that. Get a quick sip of water here. If you got any questions, type them in there. And we spent a few extra minutes on this section because it's so incredibly important and it gets you such good results if you can just really get your website dialed in the proper way. So what are your takeaways? What do you need to do with your website, your Google Map listing, your reviews? What are some things that you think you need to work on based on what we just went over? It'll really, really help. We see such a humongous impact when these things are all working together and these things are correctly configured and working. It just makes a world of difference with the amount of phone calls you can get coming in. So the next thing is are you ranking on the Google Maps? Let's show you another example of that. So let's say you do a tree removal search in a certain market, right? Are you showing up right here, number one? That's a beautiful thing. When you're showing up number one, number two, number three, right here in the first part of the maps, you're just going to double or triple your phone calls per month, period, because it's just way more visible. So that's huge. So do Google Maps matter? They do, because on the first page of Google, just the Maps section, a lot of people have different preferences when they search. So some people will click on the ads at the very top of the page because it's right in front of them at the very top. Other people say, you know what? I don't want to click on those sponsored ads. I just want to click on the maps because those businesses look like they're closer to me where I'm standing right now, or closer to me where I'm at my house. So they would prefer to click on the maps. So that's almost half of all calls on the first page of Google is to the maps. So it matters a lot. So you want to get on the Google Maps. And this is why map listings are important. This is like a 1 month, 30-day snapshot of a few of our clients. This past year, we had one client get 71 phone calls on the Google Maps in their local area. And then another 54 website clicks to their website that turned into who knows how many more leads. So at least 100 leads from their Google Map listing, I would say. And then this one is 60 phone calls to the Google Map listing and another 66 clicks to the website. So that's over 100 leads this client got as well, just from being visible on the Google Maps. We're not even talking about paid ads, email marketing, text marketing, anything that comes in from that. We're just looking at Google Maps. That's how powerful it is. So 100 leads plus for both of these clients. And this is pretty common if you're listed at the very top. This is a proven formula for getting ranked in the Google Maps top 3. And it looks like this. A lot of it's going to rely heavily today on getting the most reviews in your local area. It's just a big, massive impact because Google only has a couple of ways to figure out who they're going to put at the very, very top of the Google Maps results. And if you think about it, a lot of it has to do with how many reviews a customer has, because you can't really fake 200, 400, 600, 1,000 Google reviews. You can fake 10, You can get your friends and family to give you a good rating or something like that. But more than likely, if you're not a good company, you're going to start getting bad reviews too. So if you get a ton of 5-star reviews and you're the most kind of head and shoulders above your competition, they're going to generally put you at the top up there. They're going to reward you for that activity. The next part is just optimizing your Google business profile with your website, your services, your images, things like that. It's going to really help as well. And then also getting all the wording correctly on your website also influences where your Google map is going to rank. So those are the three most important things to get ranked on the Google Maps. So is your company ranked or optimized to rank on the Google Maps? So claim the listing, get in all the directories. How many reviews do you have? Again, there's lots of good review platforms out there. We have partnered with Nice Job. They're a phenomenal Google review, Facebook review, Better Business review, or just a written review on the Nice Job little box for getting reviews. It's killer, right? It's texting and emailing after paid invoices, automated to every single one of your customers after they pay an invoice to give you a review. And they're worded very professionally, and it makes it sound very good to give you a quick review. Then also you can run your entire customer database. Let's say you got 3,000, 5,000, 10,000 contacts in your customer base, but you really haven't done a good job at trying to get reviews over the years. No problem. You get a tool like this, you can run your entire customer base through it. You don't want to do them all at once, but you could do it over the next 90 days, for example, 6 months, whatever cadence you want to do. And every one of your customers will have the opportunity to give you that 5-star review. We've seen it where people get 60 to 100 5-star reviews in 60 to 90 days. And that triples what they had for the last 10 years, right? So in 3 months, they get triple the reviews they had in the last 10 years or 15 years on their Google map listing. So very powerful, and it'll help you rank on the maps, which will help you get way more business. I can promise you, we see it every single day. Are you taking advantage of paid marketing opportunities? So now we're going to get into not the Google Maps, not the website stuff, but the paid ads that give you the most bang for your buck. And what that is basically if somebody does a search for tree removal, tree service, land clearing, arborist, whatever the case may be in your market, you want to show up right here at the very, very top, right? And these are the Google local service ads right here. And this is a very good place to be, which also takes into account how many reviews you got on your Google map, because your Google business profile actually syncs up with your local service ad profile. And that's where they show your reviews. So the most reviews on here wins as well, right? So they're going to reward people that get the most reviews. Is your foundation strong? So search engines, SEO, Google Maps, pay-per-click, social media, online directories, and paid lead services. So still more about your foundation. So your foundation is going to be kind of like your paid ads, paid directories, social media, reviews, and organic SEO, which is basically where your website shows up organically without having to pay for those clicks under the paid ads. So the Google Maps and also your website. So the paid marketing opportunities are going to be ones such as these, the Google local service ads, right? The pay-per-call ads at the very, very top that say Google guaranteed next to it. The traditional Google ads, pay-per-click ads, those are two separate platforms. Bing Yahoo ads, which is another search platform, but they only get about 3 to 5, maybe 7% of search volume. So, Google's going to be the most important here for search, which is the motivated type searches and buyers. You've got Nextdoor ads as well, where it shows up on Nextdoor, another good platform. And you've got Facebook ads, which, everybody's got their own opinion about quality of leads on Facebook and things like that. So can Google ads and pay-per-click marketing really drive return on investment? Let's take a look here. So in your business, would getting an 8x or a 10x return on investment be good enough for your business? Seasonality is going to play a role in this. And, right now the return on investment is going to be lower than it's going to be March through November, for example. But you still can get a return, and it still keeps your ads visible for any storms that come through or things like that, or people have an emergency or they just want to get some trees trimmed in the wintertime, stuff like that. But, it does help by having the paid ads set up as well to get more calls. So let's say you got 80 leads and your conversion rate's 40% on paid ads. So maybe your conversion rate's a little lower on paid ads because, those are cold leads coming in from searches. It's not a referral. It's not somebody that knows your brand already. Maybe they've seen you around and they click on your ad, but those maybe you book at 40%, right? Close rate. The average ticket, let's say, is $1,200 in this example. and you get 32 jobs out of those 80 leads, $1,200 a piece. You spent, well, you've collected $38,000, $38,400 in revenue from that budget that you spent, right? So let's say you spent $4,700 on Google Ads, but you got almost $40,000 in return. That's over 8x return on investment. Now, I know you got some expenses there, some overhead, things like that, but that's kind of the gross return on investment there. So usually pretty good return on investment there. Why most pay-per-click campaigns fail, and we see this a lot of times if companies are doing this themselves or they don't have a ton of experience with Google Ads, and there's nothing wrong with that. You launch them, you want to get them going. Everybody moves fast, and I always like a fast mover, right? Get those ads going. But there's some things that you need to be aware of when you run the Google Ads to get the best results. And sometimes if you haven't ever been down that road, you don't really know what to do. And Google's not going to tell you. They just want to get your card information in there and keep draining your wallet, right? That's what they care about. So here's why some of them fail. Some of them fail because there's only one ad group for all services. So for example, somebody types in tree removal, somebody types in tree trimming, somebody types in tree service, somebody types in certified arborist, somebody types in land clearing, and you've only got one ad with one ad copy that shows up every single time. Well, that's not going to convert very well consistently. And the reason is because when people type in tree removal, they want to see an ad that says, hey, we do tree removal, call now. They don't want to see an ad that just says XYZ tree service in your market, and that's it. Like you got to have those generic ads are just not very good. So you want to make sure you call out what it is they just typed in the search and the ad copy. So a lot of times people don't use specific text ads and landing pages for different keywords. So when people are looking for tree trimming or land clearing or tree removal or plant healthcare, whatever, they're looking for different things on those different searches. So you want to make sure that your ad copy and your landing page that they click on answers their question about that specific search. And you kind of get into like the nitty gritty there, but it just helps you get more leads for a lower budget, basically, because you're talking to their search instead of just having one ad that pops up. And you also want a strong call to action as well, so that people know they can give you a quick call. So are you tapping into Google local service ads? Let's look at this one first. Let's say you do a search for tree removal near me. You're on Google, you're on your computer, or you're on your phone, mobile device. You type in tree removal near me, or a customer does. This is what they're going to see first. These are called the Google local service ads. And again, it shows your reviews. These are pasted or synced up directly from your Google Map listing. And so you want to get reviews on your Google Map listing because that also helps your Google local service ad account. But you can see right here, this is where it shows up. That's at the very tip top of the page. First result. So if you want to be there, you just got to get verified. It's typically a background check from the owner, copy of your insurance, and a handful of the states across the US require some sort of like license. So if you've got a state that requires a license like New Jersey or Louisiana or a couple different ones, you just have to provide that license as well. So are you taking advantage of paid online marketing, right? Are you running Google local service ads with a maxed out budget? We always recommend a maxed out budget with Google local service ads because if you're not getting calls, you're not paying anything. So with that platform, it's a pay per call platform, the Google local service ad, the Google guaranteed ads. Those are pay per call. So if it's slow 1 month and there's not a lot of search volume, well, you're not going to spend a lot of money because you opened it wide open, right? You have the ability to spend a lot of money if there are a lot of searches, but if there's not a lot of searches, you won't spend a ton of money because you only pay when you get a call, right? And then they also automatically dispute those calls inside Google. And then we also manage those and mark them as booked or whatever. And then you can also kind of let Google know if it was a good dispute or a bad dispute and kind of get an influence to give you more credits. Are you running retargeting ads to your unconverted leads, right? Showing them your ad over and over and over again and following them around. Are you running the traditional Google pay-per-click ads? Are you strategically getting with specific ad groups, text ads, and landing pages to help it convert better? Do you have conversion tracking in place to track leads back to the ad group and the keyword? Are you running targeted Facebook ads to your ideal prospect base? Do you have a premium ad on Angie, Yelp, YP.com, those different types of things? Are you buying pay-per-lead services, right? There's other ones out there like that. So what are the key insights? What did you learn there about paid ads? Are there anything you want to write down maybe to try to get verified or try to get that launched? If so, write it down before we move on to the next one. And again, if you guys have any questions, post them in the question and answer box. Happy to answer them. All right, moving on. The next part is we want to make sure that, you've got some social proof and you're active on social media. We see clients here and there that haven't posted on their Facebook or Instagram page in 5 years. And I get it. Social media can be a huge time suck. And one of those things where you kind of just avoid it. As you get older, sometimes you just start avoiding social media, but it's really important because there's so many users on there. It's literally a free opportunity to advertise your business by just posting, even if you're posting once a week, 2 to 3 times a month, whatever. That really, really helps get more eyeballs on your pages and your business. So it's a good branding tool, and long-term branding and memorability, which leads to just more business over the years. So just, pictures of you guys, a nice logo, pictures of you guys in action, things like that. And it's going to help you get more repeat business and more referral business, right? It really, really helps. Are you active there, right? So these are all the little logos of all the social media that you could be doing, but there's over 5 billion users, right? And here in the US, hundreds of millions are on social media, right? So it just really, really helps. People are checking in 6 to 9 times per day, on social media. So if you have posts on there, more than likely they'll see it as you continue to post. So the next part is are you leveraging email marketing, right? Are you emailing all those customers that you get that call in, that want an estimate, want an appointment, and you do jobs for? Are you putting them in some sort of system? Or heck, some people they just have them in QuickBooks because that's where they send their invoices and estimates from. It's from QuickBooks. That's good. You've got a database of customers or people you've given an estimate to. But if you continue to build that list, your business will become more valuable and more valuable if you did decide you wanted to exit it down the road or sell the business. Building that list of customers is absolutely critical for getting a good valuation for your business. If you don't have a customer base and they don't know how many customers they're buying from you, they don't know what they're buying. So you have to make sure you do that. And there's a lot of inexpensive ones out there that, relatively for the value. So you got Jobber, you've got Single Ops, Arbor Gold, Arbostar. There's a lot of them in the green industry that you could use, and just put every customer in a CRM. And from there, you're sending out the estimates. You can get the invoices paid. It does a lot of the follow up for you. It builds your list, right? And from there, you can then market to your list. And those people, you send them an email newsletter once a month, or if you want to do a couple a quarter, you can send text message campaigns to these people. You can send ringless voicemails with your offer or an incentive to book by February 28th, whatever the case may be. But it's very powerful to be able to market to your existing database. I mean, that sometimes can be 20, 25, 30% of your overall business every month is your existing customers getting messages and booking, repeat business or referring you. So it's very, very important. So email marketing is super, super important. And there's other tools you can use out there. If you're doing this yourself in the office, you got Constant Contact, MailChimp. These are super blurry, not sure why, but MailChimp, Campaign Monitor, Aweber. There's a lot of different email marketing services out there. We do this as well for our clients because it's just an overall scope of marketing that you need to be doing. That way you show up everywhere. Send an email after every service call requesting a review, right? There's automations that you can do that kind of do that as well. Send an email a few days after service asking them to engage on social media. Hey, click on our Facebook page. Let us know how we did. Send out a monthly email newsletter to remain top of mind and drive more repeat and referral business from your customers that love you, know, like, and trust you. The next part is are you leveraging text marketing? So email marketing is good. Text marketing is even better. Text marketing has 98 to 99% open rate. And this helps really just get more business coming in flat out. So you got to make sure that you're scrubbing your list of contacts. So you've been in business 10, 20 years. Some of the contacts in your customer database are going to be old, phone numbers disconnected, landlines, voice over IP phones, whatever, and they're not going to be able to take text messages. So you need a tool that kind of scrubs that list, and it usually will eliminate, 20 to 30% of those contacts because you don't want to get marked as spam, with your texting because it'll just turn everything off. There's some like anti-spam laws with text messaging and things like that. But if they're in your database and you've messaged them before with an invoice or an estimate, you're fine, right? So just don't want to be using bot lists for something like this. But text marketing is powerful because, again, it's 98, 99% open rate. So here's a couple things you can do. You can send a text after every form submission on your website or your Google Ads landing page. You can send text messages out a few days after service, asking them to engage on social media, similar to the email. Send a text asking for a 5-star review after they've paid their invoice to build up your reviews, right? This is very, very powerful. And it really helps grow your business. I mean, exponentially. The next part is are you leveraging direct mail, right? Are you doing direct mail, targeting your top zip codes? You're sorting by income range and the value of the home, or you can just simply do every door direct mail. So pick zip codes that have a high percentage of residential instead of commercial. Because with commercial, what happens is most of those buildings or retail shops, the owner doesn't even get the mail, right? It's like the tenant. So the tenant's not going to be able to call you for tree service if they don't own the building or the property. So it's best if you do EDDM, which is every door direct mail, if you target just the zip codes that have high percentage of residential. But direct mail works very good too. Are you leveraging yard signs? So after every job or during your job, have 100 yard signs printed per month, right? You can get them at different places. You can get them locally. One of the best places online is either dirtcheapsigns.com or banditsigns.com. You can order 100 and they'll send you the stakes for 300 or 400 bucks. And during every job, stick one in the yard, right? Stick in the yard. If you're doing work in the fall and winter and early spring, man, these signs will stay out there for weeks sometimes because nobody's doing yard work until it gets warm. So these are powerful. This is like a little billboard that shows up, in the neighborhood, and people assume you did a good job. They're going to give you a call off that sign. So put those in every yard. Have a clearly read phone number and what you do. Don't make it too hard to figure out what you do. Make sure you put tree service real big, right? Put them at the neighborhood entrance if you can, but just make sure you look out for sign ordinances. Some places are, pretty picky about that. The next part is so that's all kind of like how to get it all marketed, attracting the customers, getting people to call you. The biggest marketing issue sometimes in some tree service businesses we see is unconverted leads, right? So leads that come in that just don't get responded to because you're so busy or you don't have staff in place to take care of lead nurturing and calling people back. That's a biggie. Some of these leads get away. It's like, getting the fish on the hook and then it flops off. You don't want that to happen. So is lead flow really the problem with your business, right? Sometimes you're getting plenty of leads. We've seen clients getting 100, 200 leads a month. And all they really needed was a mechanism to either text those leads as they come in, use some sort of AI assisted chat tool that starts a conversation with every lead that takes the heavy lifting off having to call everybody back, or just simply putting somebody in place or getting an answering service, right? There's solutions to that. So if you're really busy and your staff's out of the office or you don't have an office staff to take the calls and answer them live or to get back to people really, really quick on text messaging, then you need to put some sort of automation in place. And there's a lot of good tools out there. We have one now too. It's a chat bot on the website. And then also anytime any lead comes in anywhere, it can start the chat with that lead to get their name, email, phone number, what type of tree service work they're looking for. And it can actually book the appointment on your calendar as well. It's amazing. And that'll save you a lot of money too, with just spending too much money on marketing and not getting that. So is lead flow really the problem? A lot of times the problem is 50 to 60% of inbound leads leave unconverted, right? 70% of the website forms, when they fill out the form to get a contact info or to get an estimate, they fail to convert, right? And here's why. Leads that are not followed up within 15 minutes go cold. I mean, if you're like me, let's say you call someplace or you fill out a form on somebody's website, in 10 minutes, you've already had 2 missiles come through, you dodged the bullet, you took your dog outside, somebody else called, you don't remember what you did 10 or 15 minutes ago. So you're not going to answer the phone when somebody calls you 30 minutes from now or 15 minutes from now. You forgot what you did. So you've got to get back with these leads literally immediately. And that's going to help you save a lot of money and book more revenue. And we got a question here. Can you touch more on the AI utilization? Sure, Evan. Thanks for the question. So with AI, there's lots of good chat response tools out there now, and they're getting very good. What you can do is have like conditional logic with the AI tool. So if somebody fills out a chat on your website, hey, send us a quick message. We're here to help. As soon as they send that message, they enter into a text campaign with this chat widget that you set up parameters for. And basically what it does, it sounds human. It has a delay in the responses, and then it asks them the pertinent information that you're going to need, like in a friendly manner. So, hey, oh, by the way, what's your first name in case we get disconnected? Thanks. Okay, thanks, John. what's your phone number, just in case we need to schedule something with you? And then they get the phone number. And then it says, by the way, what type of tree service are you looking for? And it asks them all these questions, and it has a good banter back and forth for a minute or two. And if they say, you know what, I'm busy, can you follow up with me in 2 days? The AI will remember to follow up with them in 2 days from that date. There's a lot of amazing features you can use this for now, and it can help you eliminate having people out of the office or not answering the phone and stuff like that. So those are some of the things it can do. And that's with a lead that comes in from anywhere. It comes in from Facebook or Google ads or local service ads or your website or email response or a text message. It can start the conversations with any of those leads. So hope that answers your question, but it's come a long way in the last year or two for sure. But the average customer has got to be followed up with a ton of times before booking an appointment. So that's why these autoresponders and chat AI tools are really helpful, because you're literally having a conversation with these people for days and days, sometimes before they book, or sometimes they want to go ahead and book right away. So here's a solution: leverage marketing automation to follow up with the web forms and the chats and things like that within the first 30 seconds of submitting via phone, email, and text message, right? That way you're going to increase your chances of getting that business. Automate the follow-up so that every prospect is touched 5 times and able to engage via two-way text messaging. It's simple math. So let's say, for example, it's kind of similar to the one from before. But if you get 100 leads and the conversion rate's 30%, you're going to get 30 jobs, $34,500. If you get 100 leads, but you're now booking 70% of those 70 jobs, your revenue is going to over double to 80,500, which is a massive increase. So are you leveraging email and marketing automation? It's very, very important to be doing that. So it really, really helps. Do you have a database with your customers' email addresses, phone numbers, things like that? Are you sending out a monthly email newsletter to your customers, reminding them of who you are? I like to call this the building a fence around your customer base strategy, because if they hear from you more often, they're more than likely going to come back to you and do more business with you. Are you leveraging email to get online reviews, texting to get reviews, and drawing customers into your social media profiles? Really, really, really helps. And, do you have the tools in place to track your return on investment? If you got 150 leads this month, do you know where they all came from and the breakdown of that? And if you do, you can kind of get smarter on what you're going to increase, what you're going to decrease, and how you're going to get more of the best stuff that you want, right? By knowing where it came from in the first place. So watch traffic trends with Google Analytics is a good way to track it on your website, Google Ads, landing pages. Track your online ranking for important keywords. Consider call tracking phone numbers on the site to know the source of the lead, and put a CRM or some other tracking tool in place to track lead sources and build amounts like Single Ops, Jobber, Arbor Gold, Arbostar, things like that are going to really help your business. So do you have those tracking tools in place? Again, it's Google Analytics, keyword tracking, and Google Ads, call tracking to know where the calls came from, a dashboard showing your cost per lead, total budget, and all that. And do you have a CRM system to put everybody into? I'm telling you, if you build up that database of customers, you're going to get rewarded down the road, right? You're going to be able to market to your existing customer base and get a lot more repeat business. So again, this is the accelerated growth model that we went over today that's going to help you get the best results with your online marketing. And it's attract the customers, right, through various mediums, convert the customers with various mediums, and then also maximize your revenue from all those leads that come through. And that's the accelerated growth roadmap for tree service companies. 9 clear steps to triple your sales by getting your internet marketing right. It's a whole step-by-step program and system just to make sure you're not missing out on different opportunities in your local market. So it works really, really well. So how are you doing? This is our internet marketing checklist for tree service companies. So if you wanted a copy of that, you could go to our website, treeservicedigital.com, and on the homepage, about halfway down, you'll see grab a copy of our ultimate internet marketing checklist. And it's pretty much what we just went through today in a condensed 3 to 4 page PDF, right? And you can just kind of read through it, make sure you take notes on it, and you'll have everything you need there. It's just one of the things that we put together to make sure you kind of have everything you need at your fingertips to know how you're doing. Do you want help, right? Do you want someone that knows what they're doing, an agency that manages over 100 tree service companies' marketing campaigns currently, to help you implement this strategy and program? And if you do, hey, we're here to help, right? There's no sales pitch. There's no hard pressure sales. We're not used car salesmen over here. We just lay out a program that's going to help you based on where you're at with your revenue and your goals. And, we could talk about, what that looks like and how that fits into your business, and happy to do so. So what are your top action items for today, right? So everything we've been through, your website, your paid ads, following up with people, automating emails and text messages and all these different things, getting reviews, all of that. What are your top action items, right? Do you want to write a couple down just so you don't forget to do that? And if you have any last questions, type them in that question and answer box. Happy to answer a couple more questions before we hop off today. I want to be respectful of everybody's time. It's almost coming up on the hour. I want to make sure everybody can get back to their Friday. Appreciate you spending some time with me today. But what are your top action items? If you have anything else that you want to write down and make sure you don't forget, go ahead and do that so you can kind of prioritize what it is you need to do next. So here's what we covered today. Set clear goals and targets for the year. Realign, your KPIs, your key performance indicators, and tracking to achieve outcomes. Map out your plan for accomplishment, right? Write it down. Those goals are important. And we saw the benefits of writing down the goals earlier on that Harvard study. Budget channels, important trends that you need to be aware of. I think AI is a big one that can help you automate a lot of this heavy lifting with following up, getting things paid, sending out emails, text messages, getting people booked on appointments without your involvement. That's really nice and sets you up for massive success in 2025 and beyond. And we've got several testimonials, guys. If you guys want to go to our website, treeservicedigital.com/testimonials, lots of video testimonials. Also on the YouTube channel, you can see them there. And again, if you guys want a free online marketing plan review, strategy session for your business, get a game plan going, let us know. Call the office at 770-637-3707. And if we don't answer, just leave a message. We'll call you right back. Or you can go to our website, treeservicedigital.com, and fill out the form on the website. And it'll take you to our scheduling page, and you can just book a meeting there. We're happy to go over everything with you next week. And this is all we do, guys. This is our website here. Again, I'd encourage you to visit treeservicedigital.com if you have any questions. A lot of different content and information on the website, YouTube channel. We have a podcast as well where we interview experts in the tree service industry. Testimonials on the podcast, lots of different marketing tips as well to help you guys get the best results in your tree service business. We love doing this stuff. This is all we do. So let's talk. If you guys have any questions, again, it is 770-637-3707 here at the office, or you can go to treeservicedigital.com, and our direct scheduling page is just /schedule. And thanks for being on today. Really appreciate it. If there are no more questions, looks like we had a couple earlier, but if there's no more questions, we'll wrap up. And again, join our free Facebook group if you're not in there, Tree Service Marketing Secrets. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more marketing tips and interviews with experts. And we'll see you on the next video. Have a great Friday. Talk to you later.